Hi, happy Friday. How are you today? Today it's a little bit rainy and gloomy, but not cold. So I thought, how about do a nature type bird, fresh spring type card? What do you think? This is a set from the new catalog, and it is really cute. I found this on Pinterest. Thank you, Robin Doss, for sharing. Isn't that nice? And I pretty much copied exactly the way that she did it. I did the words a little bit different here, but it turned out really cute. I like it. And this will be one of the monthly projects for June. So if you're coming to class, take note, because once you watch the video, you'll know how to do everything with this card. Of course, I'll be there to help out, but it's always nice to be in the know. You could be, like in school, one of the smart girls. So we'll be using the new set called Birds and Branches, and it has a die set with it, and I'll show you about that. We'll be using just this bird, and you can also have a background stamp. Bird going the other direction. If you want, you could color in the wing. There's two different feet options, a couple branches, and this set right here for the leaves, it's great that it fits both the little branch and the big branch. And when it came to words, this set has no words in it, but this set does. And the reason I went to this is I thought that would be really cute on the inside. I didn't put it on the inside, but it would be a great option. And also the words are really nice. And Stitch So Sweetly dies is what we'll use for this right up here. You can use any of them. And here is the dies for the birds. And there's a lot more potential other than what I'm showing you here. The set will do quite a bit. Oh, look at this. This is the new aqua painter. Just a minute, I have the others here. So it comes in a 3-pack, which is nice. And there is a little tip. Let me put it against here. There's the little tip, a bigger tip, and this is new. Look at that paintbrush tip. I'll put them close so you can see them. Kind of nice, huh? I do have one note on it. I even called Stampin' Up to say, what's going on here? And that is when you go to fill them, just like with the old blends, we would twist off the base right here, but I couldn't get it. And I was twisting this all up. They go opposite, and then it works just fine. I even had pliers on it and my husband's teeth trying to get it open. It's just so, it's backwards. But if you know that, it's no problem at all. But every time I go to open them and to close them, I do it traditionally, and it doesn't work. Okay, so we'll use this one. We'll use a few blends to color in the bird wing and tummy. Oh, look at this. These are the new adhesives. I haven't even opened them yet, but I'll give them a try, see how they work. One of them is Stampin' Seal. This one is Stampin' Seal Plus. I noticed you get considerably more with this one. They are a little bit costly, I think, but we'll see. They just might work really good. And I was just going to show you these and continue until this one ran out, but I had this all prepared from last night, everything all set out, and when I just now came in, this paper that I watercolored was kind of buckled, which obviously means this isn't strong enough. I think that's a perfect opportunity to use Stampin' Seal Plus. I'm thinking it's stronger. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to push all this stuff over off to the way a bit. Keep this here in sight. So all of these products are what we'll use to make the card, and a block. I'll show you about the block here in just a minute. So I'll just go through one at a time. You know, that's what I normally do. Let me try something a little different. We'll get to all these in just a minute or two. But let's start with the bottom and work up. Base paper. Okay. Next layer is, this is a new color. It's called Cinnamon Cider. I love how those two look together. Okay, Cinnamon Cider. Right on the front. Next layer is, normally that would be white, but we're being a little fancy today and we're using shimmery white. Let me see if I get this in the right light. Can you see the sparkles on it? If not, you could see it in person. But it's really nice paper. It has a bit of a coating on it, so if I were to put a drop of water on here, it would sit there for a minute and then eventually it would evaporate and absorb into the paper. This is great for doing watercolor roses. Once again, using taking advantage of the coating that's on the paper, the shimmery coating. The only thing is it's a little bit different in color and tone than regular Whisper White. Whisper White naturally compared to regular anywhere you'd get cardstock, it's a little bit warmer. That's what white normally is, a little blue or a little bit hyper white, bright. But that's fine because I love the quality of the Stampin' Up! Paper. The shimmery white is even one tone warmer, and I thought, well, maybe I need to do it with vanilla. Here, I got vanilla here. Doesn't everyone always have scrap paper right beside? And it is it closer to Whisper White or is it closer to vanilla? It's somewhere halfway in between. So just enjoy the sparkly white quality, and it could go with vanilla or white. Okay, so when you look on the project, see how there's a little bit of pool party splash of color back behind the nest? Let's do that using, this is going to go on the inside, using our new aqua painter. Let me find that. That's right here. And I want to use Pool Party ink. I was thinking, oh, I'll use this new, oh, did you notice I squeezed in there? Misty Moonlight. I love the color. I was thinking I would put that back behind here, but I think it might become too much of a blue solid blob. I would do it lightly, but I need a little bit of differentiation. And I think this is more like a sky color. Okay, so normally, I'm going to do it a little bit different. Normally I would do a watercolor wash, pick up a little color and deposit the color just in a swoosh pattern, but I wasn't getting enough ink off of my pad. So I'm taking a block, put it right into the pad. Now there's all kinds of ink on here and it's easier to pick up, and then I'm not leaving water deposit marks and a splotch of no ink on my ink pad. To me, this just works better. Okay, so it says on here push. So I'm going to give it a watercolor wash. I'm going to deposit a little bit of extra water on here. There's a dot of water. Swish it, pick up some color, and then that will just flow where I did the watercolor wash. How dark do you want it? I don't know. I don't think you could really do wrong, unless you got it really dark. No, I'm liking that. Okay, that's all let's do it. I'm going to set it off to the side to dry. Before you put the lid on your aqua painter, always make sure to clear the color out, because the next person who opens this, if they're doing yellow, they wouldn't be happy if you had Pool Party in there. Okay, so I'll set that off to the side, close this up. Okay, there it is, still a little bit wet, so I'll set it off to the side to dry. Next is, let's do the eggs. So the eggs, if ever you run things through the Big Shot and you end up with a few freckles from your pad because your pad is old, just take your adhesive remover or an eraser and it will pick up all those little paper shards and spots. Okay. So to do the eggs, here's the egg stamp. I'm going to first do it in Pool Party, and then I'm going to use my dauber, and I'll put that in Moonlight to give it a little color around the edges. So what I'm talking about is, see how there's a hint of Pool Party in there? And this one I did the dauber a little bit too hard, too much, and then I'll do the same with the bird. See how you could see the Pool Party? And then around the edges it's darker. So to achieve that, ink it in the lightest color, whatever that color may be. And then here's Moonlight. Brand new stamp pad. With the dauber. And do your best just to get the tips, otherwise the Pool Party color gets covered up. And if you want, you can huff it. Okay. Oh, that one came out really good. And we're going to do it the same with the bird in just a minute. Okay. Isn't that cool? See how you can see the different colors? First of all, the stamp is really nice, but I love how that came out. I think this one's my favorite. Okay, so I'm going to use the die and washi tape. This die set I've been using washi tape for every die because I messed up. Okay, so it's ready to run through the Big Shot. And here are 3 little eggs. And they're going to go onto the card in a minute. Okay, next is the nest. So the nest is, let me show you it looks like this. And I'll tell you when, I'll do that in early espresso. When I was looking around for samples, to me it seemed that, oh, I think I did it in suede. It seemed it was just too white. So I tried a few different attempts to make it not so stark white, so you could see there's a nest twig and there's a nest twig. Because this is polymer, I probably should have had a rubber pad underneath it. It came out just fine. So I will show you my good, bad examples. So first I did it with the suede, and then to make it not so bright, I took the aqua painter and colored over it. And at first I liked it, and then I put it on and I thought, it looks messy. So nope, didn't like that. Then I thought, well, because I'm using cinnamon cider paper, what if I stamp it on cinnamon cider and then the nest will be brown everywhere? I don't like that. It didn't, I guess it doesn't look too bad, but I just went back to the original. I'm happy with that. Okay, so here is the nest die. It's nice that it fits so close, but you have to make sure to line it up. Okay, so I'm going to cut that. Here it is. Okay, so what's the next paper? This paper is for this branch right here. The inside is really simple and beautiful. So this will cut out the branch. There it is. So that's for the inside. So for the words, here is a die from the So Sweetly Stitched, and I did thank you. But there's other words in the Free as a Bird stamp set that are really nice. And they will fit. For instance, the hello will fit. That would be cute. Thank you, Fitz. Thanks for being you. I think that one would fit too. So, what should I do? How about I'll just stick with the plan here, because I love how this turns out. Okay, this I'm going to do it in espresso. It's so dainty. Beautiful little script. Look how nice that is. And I'll get it lined up. So when you're lining this up, if you look at just what you could see on the inside, you would think, oh, it's not going to fit. But the die cuts right on the outside edge, and it's okay if the words are into the stitched area, and even the stitched area is halfway into the metal outline. So right about there. But look what I found over here. There's this one, or thanks for being you. Oh, I think I'm going to try that, because we already have this one. Okay, good. Okay, so next is Little Birdie. No, Carolyn, the bird is not dead. She says that all birds look dead. Okay, so I'm going to start out with Pool Party, and then I'll do some sponging in Moonlight and Mist. Okay, where's the bird? Here's the bird. Pool Party. And trying to make sure I leave some areas that are still Pool Party. If you want, you could huff it. If it's been too long that it took. Look how cute that came on. If you want to do a second one, not that I need a second one, but it came out so good I want to try it. Stamp on your grid paper to get the majority of the ink off of your stamp. Dauber. They both came out good. I love the different colors in there. Okay, so that's all for daubering. Okay, so there is a die. Did I have it and I lost it? There it is. To cut out which one? They both turned out well. Okay, so I will cut that one out. Okay, and then let me see about this paper. There's a little bit of moisture, so I should do the inside, and then I'll come back and do that. There's just a little bit. I probably could stamp on it. If there was too much moisture and I stamped on it, I would be afraid that the branches would smear and the color would bleed off into the other parts of the shimmery paper. So I will just hold on for a bit. So for the inside, have the branch done. That's going to go right about here. I would stick it on, which would help me know where to put the words. But if I mess up on these words in here, I wouldn't have the opportunity to flip it over. The world needs more of you. I like that. Thanks for being you. The world needs more of you. What's this other one? Your friendship means the world to me. Thanks for being... Oh, that's nice together too. Okay, so I'll do that in espresso. Just fine. Okay, are you noticing that fancy little border there at the bottom? That is this die. Isn't that nice? So that will go here. Oh, I don't have washi tape. I'll get washi tape. And because it's longer, which is what you'd want, what part do I want to capture? I really like how this one leaf kind of finishes it off. And I'm fine with cutting off these little bits. Because right back here, this is just a couple of these little berry branch things. So I'm going to have it go right there to the corner. And all that's going to go away. I have one already cut, just a minute. And it doesn't have the verse on it, so let me get that. Do that again in espresso. What words did I put on there? Your friendship? Okay. So that is ready to stick onto the inside. Okay, I'll be little pieces. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay. Start out putting this down. Oh, I'm not trying the new one. I will here. This I'm just going to make sure it's square up in the top because the bottom is random. Trying to get that lined up, that wouldn't be that easy. Okay, and to put this down, I could use my fine tip. I haven't used this in a while. Let me try using this. I have a blob there on the end. Huh, look at that. And I think I want it mostly on the ends, because if the ends are stuck down, it's all stuck down. And I don't want it to hit the crack up here in the top. Okay. Get this back on before it gets dried out. Okay, let me see if it's sticking. Oh yeah. Actually, that worked out really well. I haven't used that in a while. Okay, so the inside is done. So, back onto the top. So let me check this paper. That's pretty dry. I do have another one I did in advance. That one is more dry. Okay. So, not that this part is hard, but if you think about where the nest is going to go, and the bird is going to go. Oh, I didn't color in the bird. I'll show you that in a minute. In the words. Okay, so where do you want your branches? You're just saying down underneath, but you have to think when you put the branches on, where allow room for the leaves. Because see this one, how the leaves are off the edge? It turned out okay, but it would be better if they were right on top. This one, the leaves, there's a whole bunch of leaves right there, but it would be better once again if they were separated. This one, I love the placement of that. That one's fine, but these, the leaves got a little bit bunched up. So, if I had to do it over again, I would do it a little bit different. I'm fine with the branch sticking out over here. Another thing is it seems like the card is all off to that side, so I think I need to somehow shift it over this way. Maybe this could go over here a bit. And another thing is, as you go to do these branches, if it sticks up too far, you're going to see a branch coming up this way, which wouldn't be good. I have a good, bad example. This one, if I put this on here, you could see all that. That's not good. So if you put it a little higher, that's better because the eggs and the bird will cover this up a bit. But the leaves are more on the card. This one is a bit better. Okay, can I make it really better? I don't know. I'll try. Okay, so the branches are done in early espresso. So with all that info, come on, I could do it. This I'm going to put over here a little bit further. I'm fine with it over there, and there's enough room for the leaves. Okay, so I'm thinking that's a success. The next one, I want one over here, and I want the leaves up a little bit higher, but I don't want to see the stem, the branch part. See, if I did it right there, the leaves would be off the paper. How about if I just do this one? Okay, again, I don't want that to show. I think the nest is going to hopefully be right here. So this little guy, I'm going to do lots of this one. That could be there. Oh, I hope I'm not making that too high. It's not easy being a stamper. See, I think my leaves are getting all bunched up again. Well, we'll find out. Do what I say, not what I do. You know, I was trying to figure this out. Think it through. I don't know if it worked. Okay, so here is garden green. So I'm fine with it going off the edge there a little bit. Oh, this one is really... so far so good. Oh, my leaves are getting a little jumbled. You know I tried. That came out perfect. Okay, well, let's see how it looks once it's on the card. So there's no turning back. I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to use my new Stamp and Seal Plus. Off with the top. Come on. Oh, there it goes. Ooh, it kind of has little ridges through there. It's smooth. It's really sticking. Okay, that is nice. Okay, there's the top. Let's see. It's really sticky. So this is the plus. I think this one is intended to be super strong. Yeah, I could tell that that's going to stick really well. Okay, that part is done. So now let's put the nest on with some dimensionals. Because I'm going to tuck the little eggs in there, I'm going to keep the dimensionals just to the center of the nest so that there's room to tuck them in. Okay, so where's this going to go? Oh, I could cover up some of all this jumbled stuff with the nest. Okay, I think this one might turn out good because I'm covering up all the duplicate of leaves, and I'm fine with the branch out. I wanted to bring it all over to that side, and that's happening. Okay, birdie needs some color. So to do the coloring, I've seen other people do using blends on regular dye-based ink stamping, and I thought you could only do them on Memento stamped, but it works out just fine as long as you don't color too long over the dye-based ink. So if I kept on going over that, I would create a problem, I think. Maybe I'd erase the color, I don't know. Okay, so this is light daffodil. Then I'm going to put light crumb for a little wing. Oh yeah, the color does go down into the other color a bit. And then for shadow, I'm going to put a little bit of slate. Oh no, the dark slate is for the eye, because when you look at the eye, it's just a little bit too light. So I'm just going to do a few dots. At first I was going to do black, but I thought that might be too stark. And then shadowing down here, I'm using Crumb Cake Light again. Just a little hint of shadow. It's supposed to be watercolory. Okay, so done with those. Okay, little birdie. So little birdie is going to sit right here on the edge of the nest, looking out. So I'm going to put a glue dot under here, a big dimensional, and maybe a little dimensional. Can I remember where to put them? So big dimensional, mini, and a glue dot on the tummy. Little birdie can sit right here, looking out over everything and the eggs. I think the eggs are the cutest. So looking at these eggs and the coloring, which one do I want kind of hidden back behind, and which ones do I want on top? They all look good. So how about the one underneath? Can be this one, and this could be on just a glue dot. And that one is up a little bit higher, a little bit taller. Okay, and these are on mini dimensionals. I like how you could see the pool party in there, so I'm going to put it over here a little bit. And you know that little white border is working out perfectly because it makes it so you could tell the difference between all of the eggs. I don't know if I want them pointing outward. I don't know which way would eggs sit. Would they normally lay on their side? I think so. Well, next time. They kind of look like Three Stooges. They're too predictable. Okay. So for the words, thanks for being you. Let me see how that looks sponging it. Kind of looks dirty. Okay, maybe just around the edges. Not too much. Okay. See, now you can see the sponging. Yeah. Sponging or not. This, I think it wants big dimensionals. Ooh, because I have 3 left. These words want 3 dimensionals. Normally I would do 2, but that's okay. I'm going to make Laurie Hancock cringe. Look at 3. 3 dimensionals. Okay, and because I have a little smudge there, most likely it's going to go there. That gets too congested in there. How about right there? Okay, the card is done. And you can put whatever words you want on there. What words are in this set? Thank you. Thanks for being you. Hello. The world needs more of you. I don't know that that would fit. Or the best of friends, that could go on the inside. Wouldn't it be cute if this was on the inside, but then I'd feel obligated to color it. This could be stamped in green on the inside. Okay. Well, thank you for tuning in. If you like the video, make sure to hit the like button off to the side. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe, and the minute a video is done, completed, and uploaded, you'll get a notification. And of course, I put them on my blog, and my blog is JilliBling.com. And I'll put a link to the same video, quite a few still pictures. So if you're making this at home, it's nice to have a still picture, and you could just copy it that way. And also a list of supplies used. So thank you again for tuning in, and I hope to see you next time. Have a great weekend. Bye.